friends, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. I'm Emily, and I am just going to film a quick little video here today to talk about my hopes and plans for participating in Tour de Fleece. This is my first year even considering participating. I only just started spinning with a drop spindle in January, and I really love it. I have definitely fallen in love with it, and I am dreaming of getting a spinning wheel at some point, but probably not anytime soon. So I thought I would quickly talk with you through the little bits of plans that I have for Tour de Fleece. I'm trying to keep it pretty realistic. You know, I've got two little kids, and we've just got a lot going on, and there's family birthdays this month, and it's a busy time of year. And so I'm not going to try and put too much pressure on myself to do too much for it. But I do want to do some spinning and be a little bit intentional about it. And I have a very fun project that I'm going to try and do. So quickly, these are some of the yarns that I have spun thus far. I have only been spinning with, I got some Wool of the Andes roving from Knit Picks, and that is all that I have spun so far. So I'm actually quite excited to try out something that is not this fiber, because I'm curious to see the differences. I have not loved working with this fiber, but I also haven't hated it because I haven't experienced anything else. So, but here's some of it. This was like the very first little one that I did, and I was so frustrated with it and angry, and it just wasn't working and doing what I wanted it to do, and it's kind of terrible. But I had the thought that maybe I could knit like a bluebird of happiness or something out of it, because that would be kind of fun to commemorate my first terrible yarn. And then I think this one was the second lot of singles that I spun and then plied together. And none of these, I haven't washed any of them or done anything with them yet. I haven't gotten to that stage. But then these two I'm actually quite proud of, because they're fairly consistent, from what I can tell. This one a little bit less so, but they're not bad. And then I have a little nub here of like little leftover bits of singles that I had that I spun together. And then I'm in the process, I actually need to, this is one of my goals for Tour de Fleece. I wanted to get it done before Tour de Fleece, but it has not happened. I have the rest of my singles that I need to finish plying and turning into yarn that I need to get done so I can use my spindle. This is a really beautiful Turkish spindle that was gifted to me by Shauna. I don't remember what shop it was from, but I think it's a 3D Turkish spindle, and it's great. I've really loved working with it. I do also have a more traditional drop spindle that was also gifted to me, and I did finally do some spinning on it. I kept struggling with it because the hook at the top, my yarn, or the single, would pop off of the hook. So I actually just took a pair of my husband's pliers and bent the hook in more, so that it would stop doing that. And once I did that, I was able to work on it a bit, but I do find it quite a bit clunkier than the Turkish spindle, and I kept dropping it and definitely dinged up the bottom of it. But I think, and so then I realized that I was not wanting to spin because I was spinning on this drop spindle. I was like, you know what? I'm inexperienced enough that I just need to focus on the things that actually make me want to spin. And so I went back to trying to ply this. I have a little bit left. Well, it's a fair amount of spinning work left. I don't know how the weight of any of this. This is all I have left of a 100-gram ball of hank of fluff. So I've gotten a decent amount of yarn from it. And I definitely still have quite a bit to spin up, but I'm so ready to not be spinning green fiber. So for Tour de Fleece, I'm going to let myself have a little break from spinning this and spin some other stuff, and I'll come back to it and finish it up afterwards. So the main thing that I really want to work on during Tour de Fleece is, I found this at my local Hobby Lobby. It's a 100% wool roving. It is 113.4 grams or 4 ounces. And is this not just beautiful? My plan is to, I don't know all of the terminology or anything. Right now, I'm just playing with it, and whatever happens, happens. And so my plan is to kind of split it up and try and get like a really pretty like rainbowy barber pole type of a yarn. And one of my knitting friends, Kirsty from Kirsty Knits and Sews, I messaged her and asked her if she had any tips on how to do that. So she gave me some recommendations of like how to split all the colors out. And so I'm going to be doing that probably tomorrow, because I just don't have time today. I actually need to finish this video, and I've got some buttons to stitch on my husband's shirt for tomorrow and some other stuff to work on, so I need to get to that. But this is the main thing that I want to work on during Tour de Fleece, is to try and get this spun into yarn. We'll see how far I get. I'm a little tempted before I embark on this endeavor, because I know it's going to be lengthier. I was very kindly gifted this amazing little 1 ounce bundle of Taste the Rainbow, which is 80% American or superwash American wool, I think, has an S in front of it, and 20% viscose, and it is this gorgeous tweedy looking yarn, and I really want to spin it so bad. It was so funny because I have been eyeing this specific like fiber on Etsy for quite a while, and then I was gifted it and I was just so excited. So I might do this first, because that's going to take a while. If it has taken me this long to spin 100 grams of fiber, who knows how long it'll take me to spin that. The other part that I am running into that is making it a little tricky is that my Turkish spindle can only hold so much, and so I don't think that it would be capable of holding a full like 50 grams worth of yarn. I think I've been able to do about 20-ish grams. I'm not sure. I need to weigh it a little bit better and see. But I've been able to do about 20-ish grams before I have to. I just have absolutely no more room, and I need to take the singles off of it and fix it. So start fresh. So that's kind of been the biggest, what's the word? Drawback, deterrent, not deterrent, disadvantage, handicap, if you will, to spinning on this is that it's just not that big, and so it makes it hard to spin a lot at once. But I have still been very much enjoying it, and I've been trying to scheme what I'm going to knit with the yarn that I have spun, which is just so cool that now I have spun yarn. Like, that's just really cool. But those are my plans for Tour de Fleece. Like I said, I'm just hoping to spend a little bit every day and try and just be a little bit intentional about it. I honestly haven't touched this in a good while, and most of that was because I kind of forgot that I was working on plying this, and I just knew I didn't want to spin on this. The drop spindle is super easy to spin on around my kids. Like, it is. This one is less so, because it kind of wobbles and twists out everywhere, and I'm a little worried they're going to get stabbed on it. And that one is really lightweight and easy and just does its thing. So those are my plans. I'm hopefully going to get this edited and uploaded by tomorrow, which is July the 4th. If I do manage to do that in time, I hope that you have a wonderful and safe 4th of July and a really lovely holiday weekend. I know some people are still definitely working and whatnot, but I hope you're able to spend some time with family and just enjoy a little downtime, a little crafting time, a little rest time, all the things. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you very soon on a vlog in just a couple days. So yeah, thank you for watching. Bye.